What? Bang!
Wrestling podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Brett screwed Brett.
Yeah.
Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Can he do it? Unbelievable.
Too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am Macho King Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for...
It's me, Austin. I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Hey, look, are you sick and tired of dropping like $60, $100, whatever for the latest and greatest wrestling games? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, available now, totally free. app.wrestlerunstoppable.com. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, do it all totally free. app.wrestlerunstoppable.com. When you pop into there, do a search for Odin Maximus. That's my avatar. I'll be happy to add you as a fan of my fan club. Bring you into my company if you'd like. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast family, want your name in the shout-outs like my good buddy John down in Texas. John, love giving you that shout-out. Then you got to pop over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today, and we will get you into the show as well. And look, tonight, thank you for joining us for this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, anything you want us to touch on in the future episode, well, the best way to get us to do that is to give us a call. Pro Wrestling Sound Offline 267-642-1160, and I'll get to those questions, comments, concerns in a future episode. So tonight's episode, we are doing predictions. We have AEW Forbidden Door 2026 right around the corner, and we got to talk about all the matches. I'm going to start off with what a lot of people consider to be the main event. To me, I feel like we need to get it out of the way early. Team Briscoe versus the Don Callis family, with the stipulation that if Briscoe's team is to win, Briscoe will get a shot at the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And I think what we need to look at here is something very simple. I think everybody understands where we're heading in terms of Wembley Stadium. I really do, but there's a lot of time between now and then. And we got to do something with that World Championship, especially when every week you come out on television and have 19 people saying they're going to challenge for it. So, it is my opinion. First prediction of the night, the Team Briscoe does defeat the Don Callis family, and I believe that's going to happen because of some swerving miscommunication between Andrade El Idolo and the rest of the team, leading to the opportunity for Mark Briscoe to get a shot at MJF in the World Championship. Now, of course, I don't think he's going to win that championship because I think MJF is going to walk into Wembley as champion, but it does give us an interesting story. He did defeat MJF previously, so this would give MJF an opportunity to get his win back, make him strong heading into Wembley, and I think it's a great way to wrap up this storyline, Briscoe's Callis family. So that is prediction number one. Prediction number two, for the Women's Tag Team Championship, the Divine Dominion taking on Thunder Rosa and Olympia. Look, I love the story behind Thunder Rosa and Olympia, and quite frankly, I feel like Thunder Rosa could have been doing a lot more than they've let her do in the last several years. I understand there's been some serious injury issues, and I'm thrilled to see her back in the ring now. I'd love to see her in a more prominent role. I'd love to see her in the ring with Mercedes Moné, to be quite frank with you. But in terms of this particular match, the Divine Dominion is going to be dominant now and for the foreseeable future. I predict that they retain the Tag Team Championship because I don't see anybody taking those championships anytime soon. From there, for the World Tag Team Championship, Cope and Cage taking on the Dogs. And this ties into the next match, okay? Before I predict that one, let's go to the next one. Young Bucks triple threat against Sky Team and Unbound Company. Look, I think the Bucks have to win and Cage and Cope have to win so that we can get to that dream matchup of Cage and Cope versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship at Wembley. So in a way, I'm giving you both predictions at the same time because it only makes sense to set up Wembley. Now, what do you do with the dogs after that? I don't really know. Perhaps you find a way to spin them off into a trios thing or something like that, but I just think that the fans are much more excited about seeing something with Cope and Cage against the Bucks than anything to do with the Bucks and the Dogs. No disrespect to Sky Team. If there was one team that could maybe upset the Bucks in that match, it would be Sky Team, just because of the popularity of Mystico. So that's a possibility, but I'm going strong with Cope and Cage winning and retaining the Tag Team Championship and the Young Bucks winning the triple threat. Then we go to Jon Moxley defending against Bandito, and as much as I love Bandito, and I do love me some Bandito, I don't see Mox dropping a match here. I just don't. Again, heading into Wembley, Moxley, one of your featured attractions, has to stay strong. My prediction is Jon Moxley defeats Bandito. And one of the things that kind of bothers me about this year's card is there's some crossover with New Japan and Stardom and things like that, but not as much as you would expect. You know what I mean? I feel like we would expect there to be significantly more crossover than we're actually seeing. And instead, we're getting a few matches here and there, but nothing to write home about. So instead, I think what we're going to see here in this first one I'm going to talk about, Shota Umino defending against Pac. I think there's no chance Umino loses here. New Japan has to win something. And when you have the New Japan champion basically boycotting Forbidden Door because he thinks that New Japan never wins anything when they do these matches, you gotta throw him a bone at some point. You're not going to do it in the next match I'm going to talk about, so this is a great match to do it. Umino defeats Pac. Moving on to the next match for the Women's Championship, there is no chance that Starlight Kid is going to defeat Delka. It's just not going to happen. I think with the injury to Toni Storm, the best thing that could possibly happen to that women's championship is a feud with Mercedes Moné. The problem with that is who is going to be the babyface and who's going to be the heel. And I don't have an answer to that question. But that's the money match right now, unless somehow Toni Storm's coming back sooner than everybody predicted. That being said, Delka has to win here, which means nobody from Stardom gets a bump from this pay-per-view. It kind of goes to the point that they're talking about over how Japan never really gets anything out of these deals. Beyond that, speaking of, in the finals of the Owen Hart tournament, Mercedes Moné taking on Maya World. And look, the Maya World stuff is a great conversation piece. It's a great storyline. I'm glad they're giving her some screen time and things like that, but I do not see any world where Mercedes Moné does not retain, re-win, capture once again the Owen Hart tournament, and then challenge for the championship, which I mentioned earlier against Delka, probably again at Wembley. So my prediction, Mercedes Moné. From there, we get to the one that I think is probably going to give me the most flack, the most comments from people. Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Kenny Omega, the biggest crossover match for Forbidden Door. And this is just my opinion. If Tony Khan is a smart businessman, unless he already has a deal for Zack Sabre Jr., which I highly doubt, Zack Sabre Jr. is incredibly committed to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That being said, I predict that if you want to keep that working relationship going, you got to give them something really, really important, and this could be it. I am predicting Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Kenny Omega at Forbidden Door. You do this, it quells some of the concerns that some New Japan talent have about the working relationship and partnership. It really sends a message. The sacrifice of Omega to Sabre Jr. is not going to destroy Omega's credentials or anything. He's beaten Sabre Jr. before, so it's not like it's one of those things where Sabre Jr. has evolved so much he's getting his win back, kind of is a way I would look at it. So in my opinion, this is the most controversial match of the night, and I think this is where you got to throw New Japan the bone and let Zack Sabre Jr. walk away with the win. And in my opinion, what should be considered the main event of the show, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland in the finals of the Owen, the winner getting a shot at MJF at Wembley. And look, can Tony Khan throw us a no pun intended, a swerve ball here? He could put the win to Swerve Strickland and then, do the Ospreay thing later. Have him work up and maybe turn into a three-way some funky way. I hope not. My official prediction is Will Ospreay wins. He defeats Swerve Strickland, and he will go on in his home country at Wembley Stadium to take on MJF because it makes all the booking sense in the world. Not doing this would be a travesty. It would be robbing the AEW fans of what they've been clamoring for. And if you really are the alternative to WWE, who doesn't seem to understand how to give fans what they want sometimes, this is how you kind of stick it to them a little bit. Show them what it's like to give the fans exactly what they want and put over the talent that they're really hungry for. Will Ospreay easily could be the face of the company for the next year and a half, until Kyle Fletcher's ready to take it over. I'm just saying. So that is where my head goes. I predict Will Ospreay wins and goes on to face MJF to win the title even in Wembley. I'll make that prediction right now. That's why Ospreay has to win, because I think he's winning the World Championship at Wembley. That's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next episode. Run down the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks, as always, to Suno for creating the music and sound effects I use in the show. If you are looking for a new game to bring to family game night, it's easy with Sketchy People. Showcase your artistic side in this game from Beezle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com to pick up your copy today. Hey, look, if you're looking for your next career move, considering college, university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs, as Fro Life educational planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you for taking some time with us today. Until next time, take care, everybody. Have a great night.